second cycle education, yes, the government has envisaged this process, and that has been incorporated into our national cybersecurity policy and strategy. The board of the authority has given approval to that. Currently, it is before cabinet for consideration and adoption. It is important that we give serious attention in that area. But before even the policy strategy is adopted by cabinet, the authority for the past couple of years have been working with UNICEF to promote that education across second cycle schools through the Child Online Protection Division of our outfits. So that is being done. But I think the next step by way of policy strategy of the government is to incorporate it so that it becomes part of the formal education processes. The middle question, I really appreciate, sir, your insight into this area. Certainly, cyber security issues incident is not just financial. You're right, and thank you for bringing this education to all of us. You are right. It goes beyond even using the social media to inflame tensions, as you mentioned. But the cyber environment has become a center of gravity for every form of crime. We didn't want to touch on what my colleague at the National Security, Colonel who spoke, does in terms of terrorism. He is a member of the Joint Cybersecurity Committee because of that particular mandate. Not everything can be said in public. Cybersecurity is also a collective mandate, even at the national level. So Section 13, you have a number of institutions there, the Joint Cybersecurity Committee, and each institution has a certain responsibility. So you have YOCO, which is performing a certain role with respect to organized crime. So when there's a cyber component in organized crime, we work closely with YOCO. If it's financially motivated, the central bank, these are the government agencies. So some of the issues you mentioned, we work closely with the national security outfits. And I think there is visibility in that particular area. And I think that is why the campaign, see something, say something, is even originating from. So we're grateful for bringing that dimension fully also into the picture. It is an issue. We have our youth hiding behind the networks, using social media, to some of them to misinform. Frankly, most of the things we've seen are misinformation and disinformation, which also the Ministry of Information has picked up this particular issue. We'll be very happy. Still see something, say something. You are a media person. You have visibility of the space. Anything of such nature that you pick, please, that means you have seen something. Say something means reporting to the relevant authorities. The most difficult ones, where is Mr. Thomas? I'm happy the question you've asked. That's really a tough, it's a PhD question, right? I'll ask Prof, my colleague, to answer. They want to know a number of arrests, a number of prosecutions, a number of convictions. That is a legitimate question to ask a government. I want to be very honest to admit that the authority is not a law enforcement agency as in investigating, prosecuting. And almost every agency that is on the Joint Cybersecurity Committee has a role to play. YOCO does arrests, prosecutions. CID is also there. National Signals Bureau is also there. I think each of these institutions is working, but if you ask me, have you been able to document some of these issues? We haven't. We've worked with the Council of Europe to streamline statistics, criminal justice statistics. We've done this twice, and we're creating a framework by which all the agencies that have a mandate to receive report, because it's not the authority alone. The authority received that through 292. But somebody may be somewhere in the Upper East or Boahafo or Eastern region, suffers cyber incident. The person goes to report the incident to the district police. If you ask me, the authority hasn't got visibility as I speak now. And there is also a system being run at the judiciary, the case tracking system that seeks to record every cyber crime, and then it runs through if it's being investigated and prosecuted. That system has not fully been implemented. So I think we are at a certain level of maturity to have full visibility across the entire chain, since there are multiple players. So that is the state as far as answers on arrest, prosecution, and conviction. It is my expectation that within the next 2 years, we should be able to harmonize these processes and be able to provide 360 degrees in this particular area. But that is one area that requires a bit of work to be done. But in terms of losses, yes, we have. Even though what I'm going to share with you will be a fraction because of the earlier problem. Because once you have all the agencies collating this information, then you can also tax them to document how much in case there are financial losses. So that place in terms of harmonization integration is not complete. Therefore, it means there are gaps. But authority on its own has started, and I want to commend my team, the National SET team, for adding that component. So from January to June of this year, in terms of financial losses, we are estimating about 49.5 million Ghana cedis as direct financial losses. This is again a fraction based on the report that is received by the authority. And I don't think this will be possibly above 15-20% of the direct financial losses. Indirect financial losses hasn't been recorded because cyber attack could affect availability. So if your system is not running, like ECG particular case, if availability, it goes off, I don't get power, it affects almost everyone. Even the person running coastal in a certain hinterland. So again, quantifying losses in the cyber domain, I think that's why it's a PhD question. But I think the figures I've given to you is a starting point, and I think we need to do more. Even working with academia, Prof, maybe that could be a good project for a smart university graduates to start with that. That is also that is expectation around the collective responsibility. But I can be frank and say this is where we are, but we need to build upon that. And we want stakeholders, we want ideas, we want the coalition of the willing to also see that as a gap. Is this a gap? But let's also promote this as an opportunity for our young minds to be able to pursue research and help create a certain framework to be able to address those gaps. Thank you. Few commendations. I think my colleague who is responsible for partnership has indicated that we've got a lot of benevolent institutions supporting the work we're doing this year. Of course, the Chamber has always been a permanent supporter and promoter. The Association of Banks as well. We thank you. Huawei has been impressive in terms of their support. UNICEF Ghana is one of the institutions that has also constantly been supporting this. I understand a number of institutions have made financial contributions. One is MASM, another is Red Wall Solutions Limited, another is the Virtual InfoSec Africa, the Chamber as well. I'm not sure, should we disclose how much Ken has paid? Association of Banks as well, MTN, UNICEF. We're grateful. I think I have a bit of list who are also interested to sponsor. We encourage all of you contributing one way or the other to make sure we have a successful event. Thank you once again for coming.